Juan Diaz for the NCGR board, and I'm talking today with Donna Stellhorn, who's one of our stellar, 2 puns in there, speakers at the Baltimore 2019 conference. Donna is an astrologer and a Feng Shui expert. She is from San Diego. She's in San Diego, and we're very happy to have her as one of our many West Coast speakers. And Donna, whose cat is walking right behind her just now, we'll be talking about the astrology of home. So tell us a bit about that, Donna, and welcome.
Oh, thank you, Armand. I am so happy to be here. I'm really excited to be coming to Baltimore. I'm excited to do anything with NCGR. It's been a group that I've belonged to since the beginning, and so very, very excited about it. And as you know, an astrologer, there's lots and lots of books out there, lots of materials out there. But one of the things that hasn't happened a lot in astrology is talking about the actual home. We talk about fourth house as being your upbringing. It is about your family and all that. But what about the actual dwelling that you live in? That is really important to me. And so I'm here to share that information.
So you're a Feng Shui expert, and we're talking about astrology, the fourth house. Is there a crossover here? Are you bringing Feng Shui into it? Are you adapting it?
Well, it's interesting because I started with astrology, but I always had this longing to figure out what would create a happy home. So the astrology told me that I have Pluto, Uranus in the fourth, so I have a very disruptive home, very difficult home. But the Feng Shui was something that told me how to arrange things to make them more harmonious. And from that, I started to look at what are the rulerships of placing certain types of furniture, or the colors, or the shapes, or the materials? What are the rulerships back in Western astrology where I can see that in the chart? So my education in Feng Shui helps, but in this talk, we're going to be talking about pure astrology.
So this is really Western astrology. I mean, I know that you're an expert in Chinese astrology. You publish a book each year. This is the year of the Earth Pig, and let folks know, including some sort of Feng Shui-ish type of hints, including a number of Feng Shui-ish type of hints. So Feng Shui is based on Chinese astrology, more or less, is it not? Or they're sort of intertwined?
It is, absolutely. And traditionally, you had to be an astrologer to practice Feng Shui. And those rules have, given way to lots and lots of people doing Feng Shui and not really knowing why they're doing it. So, but one of the things that I think is interesting is in Chinese astrology and in Feng Shui, there is such a connection to home and what is in that home. And in Western astrology, you find hardly anything written about it, especially when we talk about the ancients and where perhaps maybe it was more men talking to kings, and so they weren't thinking so much about how to create a warm, inviting, peaceful, prosperous home.
That's a really good point. That is one thing that it really, really is missing in Western astrology. We don't talk a lot about home and how to sort of translate things into an environment. We were talking beforehand about my Leonine fire sign, and I have warm colors. I like to be around. So people who come to your talk, this is obviously then Western astrology is all they need. It's the type of thing that they'll get some, helpful hints on learning how to approach this with their clients and for themselves.
Well, not only that, but going deeper into the chart to say what is in your home that is using up some of that energy that you might find is challenging. So again, for example, my Pluto Uranus in the fourth can mean a very disruptive home. So, but I can place objects in the house that people, when they walk into my house, say, wow, and that creates a disruptive energy on its own, so that I don't have to experience it. So
Oh, I see. I see. So in other words, we're liable to sort of project what we're doing. Well, what our chart is, we're liable to project that into the space, and we can we can ameliorate the effects.
exactly, exactly. Because the energy has to be expressed. I mean, this is the same thing as, when I get a client who has 5 planets in Pisces in the 12th house, and I think, oh my gosh, she's probably an alcoholic. I don't know about this. I haven't had this childhood experience. No, the guy's a fisherman. I was like, that's a way to use the energy. Well, why not do that at home? And that way you can have better relationships with your children, with your spouse, with extended family, because any sort of negative aspects are being used up by things that you're actually putting in the space.
I can't say how I could miss this lecture. It sounds like it's going to be a great one, and we're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for talking today, Donna.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Can't wait to be there.